Hi again, and welcome back to ED 598, Strategies for Curriculum Development and Change. Today, we'll be working through module number 5. In the last module, we learned the concept of backward design and the 3 steps in backward design curriculum planning. In Module 5, we will zoom in on the first step, identify desired results, by establishing goals, desired understandings, essential questions, and key knowledge and skills. Goals can mean many things to different people. Goals are formal, long-term, desired results that establish priorities for instruction and assessment. Some examples of these goals could be state content standards, district program goals, departmental expectations, or exit level outcomes. Everyone should be familiar with their state's standards. For assignment number 1, I'd like you to unpack one of your state standards. If you don't have these standards at your fingertips, you can find them on your State Department of Education's website. For this assignment, pick one standard to unpack. Choose one that aligns with the unit you intend to plan. Then, use the template on Blackboard to unpack it. Here's an example of a standard that I unpacked. First, I identified the standard. Then, I wrote the big ideas using the nouns and adjectives directly from the standard. And then I listed the real word performances in the verbs from the standards. And from there, I wrote essential questions and understandings and performance task ideas. Last module, we spoke a bit about student understanding, and we know that student understanding is our target. For the purpose of curriculum planning, we need to list out what we want our student understandings to be, and we need to think about these things listed on this slide. We want our understandings to be an important inference drawn from the experience of experts stated as a specific and useful generalization. We want it to be a transferable big idea having enduring value beyond the specific topic. It should be abstract, counterintuitive, and easily misunderstood. And it's best acquired by uncovering and doing the learning. And remember, content mastery is not the aim of education. It's the means to the end. Understanding makes a claim using the facts. Understanding is a theory. It's a conclusion. There are 6 facets to understanding which we can consider when we write curriculum. They are explanation, interpretation, application, perspective, empathy, and self-knowledge. And from these understandings, we should be able to list the big ideas we want students to explore. We want to ask ourselves, what's the big idea? And then think about what realizations based on inference should the students come away understanding. And then we should state it as a full sentence generalization or proposition. Here's an example of a big idea. There were several and significant interrelated causes of the Civil War. The morality of slavery, fundamental different views about the role of the federal government, dissimilarities of regional economics, and a clash of cultures. Big ideas connect the dots for the learner by establishing learning priorities. And as curriculum writers, we should identify a few big ideas and carefully design around them. Big ideas could be topical or they could be overarching. For example, a topical big idea is Watergate was a major constitutional crisis, not a third-rate burglary, or mere election shenanigans between political parties. Versus an overarching big idea would be a president is not above the law. For assignment number 2, post the topic of the unit of study you will create on a discussion thread. Now generate 3 to 5 big ideas around that topic and post them as well. For assignment number 2, post the topic of the unit of study you will create on a discussion thread. Now generate 3 to 5 big ideas around that topic and post them as well. Okay, so now that you know how to create big ideas, we need to work on writing essential questions that will uncover these big ideas. Essential questions aim to stimulate thought or provoke inquiry. They are broad and full of transfer possibilities. They suggest the need to focus on reasoning and spark meaningful connections. And the goal, of course, of these essential questions are to uncover the big ideas. There are several reasons why we write essential questions, and some of these purposes are listed on this slide. For example, essential questions provide deep thought, lively discussion, sustained inquiry, and new understanding, as well as they elicit more questions. On this slide, you will see some examples of how to create essential questions from understandings or big ideas. For example, if an understanding is, great literature explores universal themes of human existence and can reveal truths through fiction, an essential question might be, how can stories from other places and times relate to our current lives? Do you see how they're connected? For assignment number 3, use the question starters in Blackboard to create 3 to 5 essential questions for your unit of study. And lastly, for this stage in curriculum planning, we want to begin to think about what knowledge and skills student will need to interpret in order to develop their understanding. So for your last assignment, assignment number 4, you're going to put it all together and complete the first phase of your curriculum unit of study. You will find a worksheet in Blackboard to help you with this process. That's it for module number 5. For next time, please unpack a standard, engage in the discussion thread about big ideas, write some essential questions, and do the UBD worksheet phase 1. Also, please read Wiggins and McTighe pages 57 through 88. See you next time.